Well, they kind of spoiled it, but new crossover in JP. ReZero is back, and this time it's going to be with Ascended units, plus all of the older characters are getting Dream Awoken, which is pretty exciting. This live stream happened a while ago, like 6 hours ago at this point, but I still wanted to have my reaction on the channel, plus my initial thoughts of these characters, because I've seen some stuff with them, and I haven't seen their animation and stuff yet, but yeah, oh man, I don't know what they're doing. Ever since JP had this little survey where they said we didn't want crossover characters to be as good as GS units, they took that literally, and I feel like they make every single character, and I'm not even lying about this, every single character from a crossover purposely bad. And I feel like there's a way for you to make a crossover unit good without making them broken or required for content. That's all people want, are just good characters that aren't required for content. But I will say Bridal Emilia looks really cool. I like the outfit here and everything. I also like this SPR. No, this isn't SP, this is the Ascended art. I did see this whenever they showed the trailer like yesterday or something. And then this is the SP art here. I think that's okay. I'm gonna be honest. I think the SP art's a little... I don't know. Not really for me. I'm gonna be honest. And there's the entire squad right there. Rim. I think this is Rim's art? True art? Maybe? I don't know. It's interesting she's going to be a dark unit this time. I don't know who this character is, but we have a new Earth character. I like the super art with Subaru. And then we have Reinhard, which, from what I've heard, this is the Season 1 Reinhard. I actually like the ice crystal animation though, it looked kind of cool. Surprisingly, Subaru still isn't a unit. Like, I know in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, they had a dual unit with Subaru and Beatrice here. And I'm surprised they didn't do something like that in GS. It's just strange, man. Like, why? Why not? You know? But let's get to their actual animations. Here is Emilia's. Here's the animations here. So that's the skill. Art, I'm assuming? True art? I don't know why they keep fading it to black. I guess to make it look a bit better. And super art. Looks okay. Kind of excited to see Rim's animations here, because oh! Damage mitigation, possibly? With that little barrier? Are we about to get another DR character? That's what I would think with that barrier. Or is it a counter state? That would be kind of cool if they do add a counter unit nowadays. Let's see here. So that's her skill. Okay. Art. That's supposed to be feathers. True art. A lot of damaging stuff here. This super art is definitely some kind of buff, right? I doubt this is doing any kind of damage. Look at Yamapi, man. He's like, what the f? I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the stream. We can go to the Discord now, because everything else, we're not going to be able to actually see the info, because your boy cannot read Japanese. So this is over here at the official Discord, and we have Bridal Emilia here. As you can tell, she's going to be a water god, and this is her kit. This is one of the things I saw earlier. I didn't see her animations, but I did see this, and I am just like, why? Skill has a chance of poisoning. Art has a chance of fainting. True art, stats, element res, and magic res down. 50% magic res though. Like, sure, 50% stats, element res would have been okay, but like, why is the magic res only 50? Super art, heal allies HP by 7%, and increase, like, dude, what are we doing? At least you have DR here as an ability, and then when the leader unit takes lethal damage, you revive them. So I guess you can give Sayaka another heal if you want to. True weapon here, being able to increase her own arts by 3 per second, which is going to be solid because she has no innate art shit of any kind. I think this unit's garbage. I'm gonna be completely honest, dude. I was talking with Brian, and Brian said that she's gonna be an absolute merchant. whenever they get further in the God Ruins. And I could see that because you have the Faint here, you have the Poison here. I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask for one of these things from a god. So Emilia can do that, plus the heal and everything. Like, the heal is nice. It's just, I don't like all these status effects on a character. I truly don't. I think her numbers are relatively low for what she's doing. Or the super art only hits for 130k, but you get 7% HP heal and only 150% damage. Kind of bad in my opinion. At least she has here with the good condition Archon. Plus, she has the Archon from her true weapon. Like I said, I think this Emilia is just, I really don't like her. And I think it's just a testament as to how GS treats newer crossover characters. And I think one of the reasons why the overall interest in newer crossover units have gone down, because every time they release a new character, it's like, okay, dude, it seems like a throwaway, right? Reinhard, on the other hand, does seem a bit better, but also has some big weaknesses. I'll let you guys know right now, though, he is a jumpstart character, increased on arts by 200 at the start of battle, and he has no way of ramping up his own damage. But what he does is that you get 200 arc gauge right here, right? On the first wave, you use something that's going to give you like 100 arc gauge in his physical slot or his defense slot, something like that. Something that's going to be able to battery him up to 300. Once you get to 300 arts, use your super art. This is going to buff up all allies' physical damage, and you give everybody 100 arc gauge, including yourself. So once you do this, you're able to consistently spam the super art if you want to. Of course, you could also go into the true art right after that, because you still have 100 arc gauge left over, and then go right back into the super art. So you have the Archgen going on here, plus you do have the super art damage right here. Pretty much as soon as you get to 300 arts once with this character, you're going to have free will to do whatever you want with anything else. I wish this 200% damage was just stackable. I feel like with a jumpstart character, making them have a mechanic that's not stackable or some way to really push their whole getting arc gauge every turn is a little weird, because that's just what we're used to, and I just don't see this character doing a whole lot. I guess you could argue this could be the only arts unit on the team for like nukes and stuff. If there's a 3-stage fight, then you can make sure everyone on the team has 300 arc gauge. As we see, these are the other characters here, looking kind of clean. And then here is what I'm excited about, because I'm not too sold on the units, but the Dream Awakenings might be kind of pog. We have 30% DR from regular Emilia now. We also have 120% water res down and 80% crit damage. Not too bad. In terms of her paths, in terms of her 2 Dream Awakening paths, we have one that buffs up all allies magic damage, and then we have one that buffs up water damage. Personally, just based off of these two, I think I would go with the Water Dream, just because this directly benefits Emilia. Plus, there's just a lot of good water characters. You could easily make use of this. Rim is an interesting one because she always has this consume thing going on. But we have the Water Dream that's able, oh wow, increase on damage against giant bosses by 150. Okay. Or the Spectral Dream, the ratio passive, and increase on heal amount. I guess the ratio passive, though, is overall better because if you're running her alongside characters that buff up attack and all that other stuff, you can really make a lot more use of the attack buff compared to if you didn't have the ratio passive. Ram, I don't know what they could have did with the Ram. I'm gonna be honest. She's not really a character that I've ever liked too much. I thought she was always just kind of okay at best, but we have 60% here with the elemental advantage. We got 8,000 barrier now plus your Ram's defense value, and then her dreams are max HP, not too bad. Demon allies arts, okay. When own HP is above 80%, increase own defense by 80, increase on art. Well, this one definitely isn't bad because it just directly affects the barrier here. So you see here, we're able to reduce the enemy stats res by 60 now. We have the super art, not super art, my bad, the true art lasting for 20 seconds, and the dark res and magic res 60%. Okay. Increase on arts by 150 at the start of the quest. Increase allies arts damage by, wow. Crimson's looking really good. Increase spirit allies arts by 3. Increase allies magic res by 20. Oh, to be honest, both of these are good. It's more so just how you want to play with Beatrice, but I like both of these right here. These are very, very good. Then we have the collab roadmap here. Of course, we don't know when we'll be getting this in global. Well, actually, yeah, we do. We'll probably be getting this in global probably August. It will probably be around August whenever we get this in global, because I think soul leveling lasts until the end of July. And then here's all the ReZero equips. Of course, we don't know what they do yet. Hopefully they're good. Fingers crossed they are. And then they keep teasing this about whatever's happening on the 30th of June, and it says Grand Summoner's first ... I don't know exactly what this could be. Like I said, I'm kind of torn. I just don't like newer crossover characters to an extent. It's so weird because whenever we say, hey, we want these crossover characters not be required, we don't want units like Okaroon running around. We don't want units like Hero Saitama running around that are like required for certain team comps and all those stuff. But it would be good if they were just good and they complement the team, right? Not that they're extremely broken or anything like that, but they're just really good characters. And it seems like they don't really do that anymore. They kind of just think of a way to make a character, maybe a theme, and they kind of run with that, which I think is okay, but I feel like you could really make a character like this seem very good and appealing, but they just don't. They just throw a bunch of stuff at it and they're like, okay, that's Emilia. I really hope part 2 is a bit better. I think Rim is going to have some type of damage mitigation, just judging off of her animations. And if that's the case, that's going to be really cool because that means that she will be a dark demon. And the only other dark demon that gives DR like that is Albedo. So are they finally planning on knocking Albedo off of the Mono Dark Demon team, or what exactly is going to be happening there? By the way, though, thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been your boy P, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.